Hey guys, I'm Rocco. Welcome to today's video. Today we're going to be doing something a little different. I've had a lot of you guys sort of say to me in the comments, speak to me on my Twitch and say we need help with tactics and things like that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to run through the 4 formations that I use for FUT Champs and all of my custom tactics that I use for each of these formations. Obviously guys, don't take exactly what I do and say, okay, this is right, because I'm not saying that. Different formations need to be tweaked in terms of their custom tactics, depending on the way that you play FIFA. Obviously, this is what works for me, and I'm going to be streaming all my games live on Twitch this weekend, trying to hit that Elite 1. So, if you guys want to check that out, come on over, but these are the tactics that work for me. Guys, there's been a lot of traction to the channel recently. We're gaining a lot more views and things like that. Please remember that after 100 subscribers, I will be doing a 12,000 FIFA points giveaway. So hit that subscribe button, hit the bell notification to make sure you don't miss a video, because we are uploading every single day. Okay, let's head over to the PlayStation. I'm going to go through the 4 formations that I use and all of my custom tactics. Hey guys, welcome over to the PlayStation. This is the team that I'm going to be using this weekend league. Now, what I guys want you to take into consideration is the fact of to make sure that all of your players are on full chemistry. Now, in this current situation, I've changed Sane from a left wing to a left midfielder, Bibiani from a right wing to a right midfielder, to make sure that everyone is on that full 10 chemistry. I've recently bought Mbappe, so he is only on 9, the same as Ikone. But everybody else is on strong links and on 10 chemistry. So the first thing I want you to make sure is that you have a formation set up as your starting formation that gives everybody in your team the best possible chemistry. Okay, let's look at the first formation. So first we're going to go from back to front. So we're going to start with the ultra defensive formation. Now I only use this formation in the last 5 minutes of a game, 10 minutes of a game if I'm 1 goal up and it's a really tight game. To be honest with you, I really rarely use this formation, because I find it is really defensive and sometimes it can sort of cause more pressure on your team. But let's have a look. So, in my ultra defensive is in fact the 4-1-4. Obviously guys, you're going to have completely different players to me, so make sure your players are set up in the right positions. Okay, in terms of tactics, I do play drop back, I do play 2 width, 2 depth, and in offense, I have my width at 5. This is because your only outlet in this current formation is actually your wingers. Okay, I'll explain why. Because your forward, once we go into instructions, but because your forward is playing as a pure target man, your only outlet is your wingers. Your midfield is staying back. Your wingers are your only outlet. So you need to get the ball wide and you need to be running up those wings. Players in box 2, corners 1, free kicks 1. Okay, instructions. Right, so my striker will be playing as staying central. He'll be on the default of defensive support, so basic, and as attacking ones, he's just going to be a target man. He is sitting there waiting for the ball. Okay, now my midfielders are all stay back while attacking, stay on the edge for cross, and they're also they're on default for everything else. Right, the reason they are on stay on the edge of the box is because I don't want them running in the box, pretty much. I don't want them caught out of position in the box. That's all 3. Well, my 2 central midfielders, Bakayoko and Ikone, are on the same settings. Kante is on. He should be on balanced defence. Oh, yeah, he should. Balanced defence, stay back while attacking, cover centre. We don't want Kante going anywhere. Kante is in that middle part, and everything else default. On the left is both my wingers will be on the same. They are on come back on defence, but they are on stay wide. Okay, both of them. Because, like I said, our only outlet is the wingers. So our wingers are on stay wide. That is super crucial to this formation. Our defence is stay back while attacking, all across the board, default everywhere else. And in goal, no sweeper keeper this time. Our defence is so deep that we don't need a sweeper keeper. Okay? So that's the 4-1-4-1 ultra defensive formation. Okay, let's look at what I use in defensive formation, which is in fact my main formation, my 4-2-3-1. Okay, now my 4-2-3-1. I do play in drop back, but I play 4 width and 4 depth. Offense, I play balanced. This particular, the offensive style is very much based on the way that you play FIFA. I play balanced, but long ball, fast build up. I wouldn't use fast build up only for the ultra attacking, but between long ball, balanced and possession, I'd say that's more in the ballpark. It's up to you. What works best for your team. Okay, I play 5 width, 5 players in the box, 3 corners and 3 free kicks. So pretty standard across the board really. Obviously guys, make sure your team is set up right for you here in your formation. You don't want Kante playing striker and Alisson up front, only Pope. Okay, so my forward. Stay forward, stay central. Everything else default. My 3 cams are all the same. They all come back on defense and default supporting run. Everything else is default. Okay, now the 2 defensive centre mids really depends on which centre mids you have. Okay, because I have 2 very defence-minded, Kante and Bakayoko, I have both of these on stay back while attacking. If you have a proper like box-to-box CDM that can get up and down the pitch, put them here on attacking support, have them just on balance, have them on default. But in my case, I don't want Kante and Bakayoko shooting really, so I have them both on stay back while attacking. My wing-backs I have on stay back while attacking as well. Obviously, if you want to get your wing-backs involved in the game, just use your LB, L1, passing, and then make runs with them. Most importantly, guys, your keeper needs to be here on sweeper keeper. When that ball's coming over the top, if your keeper is judging it correctly, he can go intercept the ball and then avoid all pressures there. So that is the tactics for the 4-2-3-1. Okay, my attacking formation. Now, this is the formation I use if the 4-2-3-1 isn't working. Not necessarily if I'm losing or winning. It's just if my passing's not working, if I find my players aren't making the right runs and things like that, I'll swap to the 4-4-2. Now, the 4-4-2 is... yeah, I flutter between the 4-4-2 and the 4-2-3-1 in-game. My ultra-defensive and my ultra-attacking formations I only use in specific situations. But my 4-4-2 and my 4-2-3-1 I will flutter between. So, on my 4-4-2, I play drop back, I play possession off for offense, and I play 4s across the board. My team is so standard here. So 4-bar, 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 2-bar, 2-bar. Okay? Again, guys, as I keep mentioning, make sure your team is set up that's correct for you. In each of your formations, it won't automatically set up for you. To swap your player, you press triangle and swap your players. Make sure that's set up. Okay, my instructions. Both my strikers are on stay central, stay forward. My 2 wingers are on come back on defense and defaults. Come back on defense, defaults all the way around. My 2 centre mids, again guys, it's the same as before. It depends on which centre mids you have. If you have 2 box-to-box midfielders, I'd have both of these on probably default. But mine are defensive, so I have them both on stay back while attacking, and I have them on cover centre as their defensive position. I don't want them going wide. I want them both in the centre of the pitch. My left and right back, I have stay back while attacking. As I mentioned for the 4-2-3-1, if you want to get them involved, use your LB, use your L1, use your passing. And most importantly, guys, as we always say, the keeper needs to be on sweeper keeper. Okay, that's it for the 4-4-2. Okay, and finally is my ultra attacking formation. Now, my ultra attacking formation, it varies based on what you guys want to do, really. So basically, the way I look at ultra attacking is take the formation you are most comfortable in. Take the formation that you find all your players dive forward, you find you get the best out of, but because you're only going to be using it for a 10-minute period. I turn this formation on if I'm 1-0 down, if I'm 2-1 down after 80 minutes. Right, so my ultra attacking formation is the 4-2-2. But I'm not saying this is the formation you should use. I'm just giving you an insight into the formations that I use. So in my 4-2-2, I use constant pressure. I have it on 7-bar, 7-bar. I have fast build-up. I have 7-bar, 7-bar, and I have 3 and 3. Corners, free kicks, I'm not really too fussed about. I find the box, if I have this on like up here, I find the box is just so overcrowded, it's hard to make any space to actually score a goal. In terms of my instructions, guys, I have my 2 strikers on stay central, stay forward. I have Sane and Bibiani. I still have them on comeback on defense for the fact that if I have them on balanced, I find that they just sit behind the right and left back, and then I try and play the ball forward from the back, and they're just behind defenders, and I lose the ball. My 2 centre mids I do have on balanced for the sheer fact of I do want them to push up and try and make space. Don't have everybody, guys, on like get forward or drop between defenders, because if you do that, like I said, you're going to have like 15 people in the box, and you can't make space to shoot. I still have my wing backs on stay back while attacking, but obviously I'm using that LB L1 a lot more in this situation. And my centre backs, of course, I still have on stay back while attacking, and my keeper, most importantly, as always, is on sweeper keeper. So guys, these are the formations that I use in Foot Champions. Okay, I will be live streaming all my games as of today and tomorrow. So if you guys want to come over, head over to my Twitch at www.twitch.tv/Rocco721. Remember, I'm not telling you to change to these exact tactics. I am just showing you the tactics that work for me. Okay guys, thanks for watching.